So this camera still doesn't point at me, but I'm doing a ride with my son today. He's driving that car you can see behind me. I'm driving the Stag, and we're going to go do probably 150-200 miles. I'm telling you, I don't know if you're speaking to me.
Hello?
It was on silent for some reason.
Okay.
So you go past.
Heading off.
So we're both in 3-litre cars. His is the M140 and mine is the Triumph Stag. So his is a straight 6 and mine's a V8. And as you can see, in true toy boy fashion, we got walkie-talkies so we can stay in touch. It's a bit chilly right now. It's about 6 degrees centigrade, so I'm going to stick a woolly hat on. It's meant to clear up a bit, but it's very cloudy, but hopefully it'll be okay, and we'll have a little film on the way. So this was a drive that my son picked up from the magazine for advanced drivers and riders. So it's the Institute of Advanced Motorists Road Smart magazine, and it's the Summer 24 edition, and it is called the Mid Wales Marvel. And just as a description, the drive is a scenic circular route of almost 180 miles in mid Wales that has fantastic roads all the way. So the road actually starts in Baffle House near Abergavenny and drives up towards Brecon and then on to Sennybridge. We didn't do the Abergavenny bit because we were starting from down near Cardiff, and it made our drive to it and from it a bit further. So our total route was about 250 miles. I completely messed up my filming, and everything that you see just about comes from my son's dash cams. And so the first bit that we started filming was in fact from Sennybridge. So if I go back to the description, it's very popular with car clubs and motorcyclists. So from Abergavenny, pick up the 465 on towards the 477 Crickhowell, across the River Ask, onto the A40, and it's the A40 which is where we used to see us. It's fast and flowing, and just enough bends to keep things lively on the way to Sennybridge. From there we turn right onto the Bryn Cowed Road towards Lampeter. Most of the stretch is 50 miles an hour, but doesn't need to be faster because it's nicer and twisty. And that's what you see at the moment. You see the whole way along here, my son and I were going at 50 miles an hour, and that DHL van that has been harassing me and falling behind and then harassing me again was struggling to keep up going up hills. But as soon as he started going downhill, he could do over 50 and easily caught up. So that was the first bit, and that's where we took a little bit of break here and are discussing, oh my God, I need the toilet. And so we then rushed off trying to find the closest cafe. And it's just somewhere around here that I'm thinking to my son, why didn't you pull into the Co-op just here on our right? There it was. And he decided to go on a bit further and pulled in here, and we went to a cafe. So we have stopped in a village. Do you know where we are?
Lampeter?
Is it Lampeter? Have we got that far already? Okay, so we stopped in Lampeter. We're at Joey or Jojo or something like that, having a coffee. It's been that's been a really nice bit, hasn't it? That was a nice, yeah. Spencer was deliberately trying to make me hear his car, so whenever we had to slow down to like 10, he would pull away as fast as he possibly could so that I could hear his engine. Yeah, it's good. So after a very nice coffee at Lampeter, I took ages getting ready in the car, getting ready to set off again, and Spencer took even longer. But from Lampeter we joined the A485 and we're heading towards Devil's Bridge. And somewhere along the lanes we had a couple of roads blocked, and so we had to find alternative routes, which Spencer did for us. But the principal route is to follow the A485 and then follow the B4578 to Tinkelin. Follow that onto the B3440, the B343, and finally the A4120 into Devil's Bridge. So within this route that we're currently seeing, and I'm going to cut a lot of this out, partly because Spencer got so far ahead of me, there's nothing of the Stag in it, and I like seeing the Stag. So we did that route and we got on really nicely with it. It was a good run, and I'm going to keep quiet for a little bit and find some music to put in here that kind of meets the feel of the route. So we're just pulled over the side of the road at the moment as Spencer tries to work out where we're meant to go. He's following a route from a car magazine, which is meant to be, you know, a really nice trip around South Wales. And it has been so far, but I think we've been on some smaller roads than he was expecting. And so he's trying to work out where we're meant to be going next. I think we've gone wrong somewhere. We've had about half an hour, maybe not that much, but it felt like a sort of road like this. So I think Spencer's checking his map again. Certainly we got diverted at one point because of a road closure. But these are 60-mile-per-hour roads, but there's enough traffic on there with cars coming both ways that he'll never manage that. And so it takes quite a while to get anywhere. But it's still nice to drive. Just taking a break at Devil's Bridge and trying to, down there below us, we've got some waterfalls and stuff. There's meant to be a really nice set somewhere, but whether we'll go, I'm not sure. Time for some lunch. Sausage, bacon, egg sandwich, chips and some coleslaw. We're doing a quick comparison of which sounds better. So this is a V8. And again. There we go. God, look at that smoke coming out. Okay, well now we'll try the 6. And here is the straight 6. And rev it. I tell you what's really quite cool about that, and I could feel it on the other car as well, but it was blowing my legs and I could feel, and bits of dust were getting pushed between them. Okay, so after a great lunch at the pub around Devil's Bridge, we continued on and continued on our way. Before that, though, we did do a little listen to the exhaust notes of the two cars. I have to say, I do prefer the Stag. That V8, that roar is there. It's the BMW Straight Six is more high pitched. It's more frenetic. The Stag sounds really laid back in the way it goes about it. It's great, and I really enjoy it. But I can imagine if BMW, who I believe own the Triumph name now, if they decided to make a new Triumph, a TR9, then that engine in it would be just wonderful. Anyway, so from Devil's Bridge and having a little look at the waterfall, we are into the Elan Valley, and it is stunning and beautiful. And so we head along the B4574 for a while. It could be a bit narrow, but it has plenty of passing places, which is really what you need. It's good to drive. And then we move on to the A44, which is a technical bit of road, but again, it's fantastic to drive. So, all of that is really good. Towards the end, we then join the 481 South, and then on to the 470, and we went back to Brecon and then carried on down to Merthyr again, when I do a final outro on the day. It was brilliant overall. Had a really enjoyable day with Spencer. Really enjoyed. Good drive. Quite tiring, but considering I haven't been out in the Stag for ages, and really all I did was a quick check of the fluids after the winter and made sure the wheels turned so that my brakes weren't jammed on. I think it did great. So hope you enjoy the rest of the drive and come back soon.
Wait, I haven't got the camera. You'll catch me in no time.
We're in a bit of a traffic jam for this final bit as we're heading back down, and I'm beginning to get a bit cold, to be honest. I've got the heating now on full blast, hat on, and my hands are a bit chilled, and I'm in a ski jacket as well. So, but it's been a fabulous drive. Total will be about 250 miles in the end. The Stag has performed really well, although there's some things I want to look at, because on the twisties, going sort of 50, 55, even 60, absolutely perfect. You don't feel anything. Problem is, going at 60 in a straight line, you start to get a bit of vibration in the steering wheel, and that increases up to 70.
I reckon your tire pressures on the right might be a bit low.
So we're going to have to have a look at that. I don't know if you heard, but Spencer just said it looks like my tyre pressure on the right might be a bit low. I mean, it's one of four things, isn't it, with a bit of shaky steering. It's either tyres, wheel alignment, brakes, or suspension. And tyres are the thing that's most likely, given it's just sat in the garage all winter. So this has done a 250 mile drive without really any checking over it beforehand. I basically, Spencer suggested the drive on Monday. I was doing other things, but on Tuesday I went through and got it started, checked the oil, all the fluids, so oil, brake, clutch, power steering, coolant, windscreen. And needed a bit of power steering, but other than that, so yeah, and I did pump up the front right tyre, so that might be it, but we'll have a look at that later. Certainly not today, but maybe over the weekend.